conclusion inevitable.
It was a jump to conclusions, Matt.
My conclusion was that this idea was not a practical deterrent.
My only conclusion can be that it was a Sith Lord.
In conclusion.
Hello there, folks! Welcome back to In Conclusion, the only movie podcast hosted by a couple of California twos. I'm Dan O'Keefe, and joining me as always is Anna Otto. How are you, Anna?
I hope you just recorded that absolute, grunt that I made when you said that, because I was not expecting it. I'm good otherwise, though, Dan, minus the catastrophic rainstorms, the tropic thunder that's been coming through Milwaukee.
Yeah, seriously. For those of you who don't know, I moved out of Milwaukee last week, apparently missing God's vengeance upon the city.
God saying come back.
Yeah. I will be Noah. My U-Haul is the Ark. 2 of each coming through.
It's just you, Anna, and Poppy. That's it.
So aside from the torrential rainstorms, you're good?
Yeah, nothing too exciting in my life. It's State Fair, which is my favorite thing in the entire world. Mm-hmm. So I've been, gluttonous, having a good time.
Get the deep fried cream puffs or whatever. I never knew what to get there.
I had deep fried Reese's peanut butter cups last week, and then we're going on Friday again because we were gonna go today, but torrential rainstorms. Mm-hmm. So we'll see what happens. I think we're gonna get the all-in-one deep fried fish fry meal.
Okay.
It's fish and potato pancakes and coleslaw, all deep fried in one big wonton wrapper situation.
Okay.
So we'll find out. Maybe you dip it in applesauce or tartar sauce,
There's so much happening here.
Lemon juice.
All 3. Knock it out of the park.
I mean, all 3 do make an appearance during the meal, you know what I mean?
You know how Heinz now has those combination mayo ketchup
I know exactly where this is going, and I'm scared.
Yep.
Yes?
You know what I think that Mott's should do?
No, not Mott's.
Combination applesauce, tartar sauce.
With lemon. Now, with lemon.
Tarple sauce with lemon.
Absolutely not.
For fish dipping.
Only if it's got 2 spouts so I can squeeze it down my potato pancakes and my fish at the same time without it touching.
I can work on that. I'm an engineer. I studied
Get
science.
Innovating. You like potato pancakes.
I
this
love
is a cause you
latkes.
can get behind.
Oh my gosh, when I was in preschool, I think I told this story once, but I told my preschool teacher that I was Jewish because the night before I had been making latkes with my neighbor, and I thought you could only make latkes or potato pancakes if you were Jewish, and I really wanted to make them again.
I mean, breaking news, Dan. You can make them anytime you want.
What? Well,
no
not right now.
What?
I don't have
what religion.
My stove isn't working, but I assume in the future I can make them.
Yes. Forthcoming California potato pancakes.
Yes.
You're gonna shake things up out there, but they've never had a latke.
No, it's all
maybe
it's
in
all avocados.
Deep Hollywood. Yep. Maybe in Deep Hollywood they have, but
that sounds like weird alt-right code.
I mean,
Deep Hollywood.
There's a lot of well-known Jews in the community,
Yes, that's true. There are.
And it's a Jewish food. I'm assuming Steven Spielberg has consumed at least one latke in his life.
Let me call him. He lives right next to me.
Hey, Steve.
Hey, Stevie.
Steve.
Mr. Berg. I have a question.
God. Not Mr. Berg.
So I hope you enjoyed our rerun last week of our bad movie night of Troll 2. I have not checked the listening stats to see if anybody actually listened to it.
I know Gage didn't because he said he couldn't put himself through it again.
But we were joking that we had said that we were going to do bad movie nights going forward in the future when we recorded that. And then in the meantime, we have not done a single one of them. Well, we are rectifying that situation today, boys and girls.
Mm-hmm.
Because today is another bad movie night.
Woo! Ooh, that sounded more like a wolf howl, but I meant for it to be a cheer.
So, in theory, I don't know whether or not in practice it ends up like this. Bad Movie Nights are our goofier episodes, as if our regular episodes are paragons of seriousness and stability.
So serious.
Yeah.
Never a laugh has ever been cracked on this podcast. Never a poor joke.
All of my jokes are carefully constructed with a team of writers.
All of my jokes are dry bowls from only for the most refined of palates.
So, the movie we're talking about today, I discovered yesterday because Anna sent me the entire film, in quotes, on YouTube.
Yes, with like only minimal ads, and I'm surprised like nobody's trying to take it down.
Yeah, it also only has like 70,000 views on YouTube. It's not very many views either.
It's a cult classic for sure.
Yes.
And by cult classic, I mean at least 5 dudes who think they know something about bad movies.
Yes. The movie we're talking about is the 1990 direct-to-video kind of movie, Soultaker.
Oh, it sends shivers down my spine. I'm not gonna lie, Dan. When I showed Gage what we were watching, he said, "Is Dan gonna be scared?" We were concerned for you.
No,
because I will have you know. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
This is not the kind of movie that scares me.
No,
it's jump scares.
Well,
jump scares are the thing that I cannot handle.
Oh, absolutely not. Jump scares are booty.
Yeah.
You heard it here first, folks. Jump scares are booty.
No, put
That's
that
why
on
I
a
don't
pair
like
of
haunted
flip-flops.
houses. I will.
You will?
Yes.
Buy
I'll
our
write it
merch.
on there in Sharpie.
Yeah, Soultaker, released in 1990, directed by first-time director Michael Ricci.
Love his work.
Written by Vivian Schilling, who also starred in the movie, along with Greg Thompson, Chuck Williams, David Frolick, Robert Zedar, and the star of the film, the big man on the poster. Some would say that this was his Apocalypse Now. This is his West Wing. This is his The Amazing Spider-Man 2. Joe Estevez, brother of Martin Sheen.
Oh, the crowd goes wild for Joe. He looks just like Charlie Sheen.
He looks just like Martin Sheen.
Yeah, I know, but like, you know how? Okay, I'm saying you know how. So one thing that I experience in my personal life is people constantly thinking that my aunt is my mom because of how much we look alike compared to how I look like my mom. Because I look way more like my aunt. I think if I saw Charlie Sheen and Joe Estevez in a room together, I'd be like, y'all father and son, or, you know?
There is a through line with the Estevezes of family recognition.
I think for them specifically, it's the eyes. They both have bigger eyes than Martin Sheen does.
This is Joe Estevez's biggest role, maybe?
Please.
I'm looking at his... He was the voice... He was the voiceover narrator in Apocalypse Now for Willard, because Martin Sheen was sick.
I mean...
Here's what it says. Estevez provided the voiceover track for Willard, the character portrayed by his brother Martin Sheen, but since Sheen was unable to do the narration for the character, Estevez was brought in to complete the narration track as his voice sounded almost identical to his brother's, and was used as a stand-in for Sheen after his brother suffered a heart attack.
Wow.
So I guess Apocalypse Now was his biggest role, but other than that, Little Lost Sea Serpent, Hell Comes to Frogtown 3.
Frogtown?
It was also released as Toad Warrior.
No, I like Hell Comes to Frogtown 3.
That's do too.
Very much the move.
The only other movie that he's been in that I recognize is not another B movie. No, I don't even know this. I thought that was not another teen movie. I don't know what movie that is. He was in an episode of Chips.
I don't know what that is.
He was also in an episode of The Brady Brides, a later spin-off of The Brady Bunch. I assume the silence is positive?
Yep, you know me. I just, there's in every family there's one sibling, one family member who, gosh darn it, they really try to be as successful in the field as they're. I'm whispering this as though Joe Estevez is gonna bust down my door and be like, "What are you saying about me?" There's always one weak link. The Hemsworths. There's Chris. There's the other one, Liam, and then there's that one who really is not into acting at all. No. And with the Mannings, there's Peyton, there's Eli, and Friend. There's always that one. I think it's all of the Skarsgård. It's always men too. I feel like it's not as often a sister. Like I'm thinking about the Olsen twins and their younger sister Elizabeth. She's killing it. What's their brother James up to?
Who knows?
I wouldn't know.
I don't know. I'll walk around and ask everybody. Are you James Olsen?
Yeah.
Are you James Olsen? Show me
James
your nose.
Olsen?
Are you James Olsen?
James. Anyway, that's my thought. Poor Joe. He had to take that. That was his cross to bear for this family. To be the worst actor.
Oh my gosh.
The least successful. While your brother's dabbing the sweat off of his brow with $100 bills.
So, with music by John McCallum, the movie was released on October 26th, 1990 in 8 theaters.
8?
Yeah. They didn't have a theatrical distribution division, the company that produced it. So Eric Parkinson, who was the co-writer of the movie, he did the distribution himself. He called movie theaters and asked if they wanted to see it. And apparently the movie was successful in theaters, except for the theaters of the writer and actress Vivian Schilling's hometown, Wichita, Kansas, where it was not successful.
Oh.
But it was also released.
Okay.
It was released on VHS on January 24th, 1991.
I'd like to think that the video we watched on YouTube was somebody just ripping it straight off of their VHS.
That is 100% what happened.
Yeah. Yep.
There's no chance that I was like, I bought the DVD.
We got the true VHS experience.
I really wish it had
this
the
one.
coming soon to theaters near you.
I think that's specifically Disney movie.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, that's
that was
I think
Disney.
It is. Yeah.
Coming soon to rent or own.
VHS and yeah. To video and DVD. Yep.
So Soultaker reviews of the time. And LA Times writer.
Stumbling down.
I am compared it to Night of the Living Dead.
Sir or ma'am.
Well, Smith
or
said,
neither or both.
Having a small budget doesn't mean that a movie can't be fun and scary, but Soultaker is not fun.
It's not scary either.
Yeah, TV Guide...
Unless you're in 8th grade.
Yeah, TV Guide gave the movie 1 star, saying that the storyline and special effects were bad, but the acting was, in quotes, adequate.
I mean... They did their best with what they had,
Yeah.
What was her name? Vivian?
Yeah, she was the best actress in the movie.
She poured her heart and soul into this. This was her baby.
Yeah.
She'll be darned if it's going to make her look bad.
Yeah, she was good.
But,
So, the movie did win Best Genre Video Release at the 18th Saturn Awards.
Interesting.
Yeah. But the reason that the movie has lasted at all is because it was featured in the season 10 premiere of Mystery Science Theater 3000. And Vivian Schilling, who wrote and acted in it, she didn't watch the episode, but didn't like the comparisons that were made between her character and Tanya Harding.
Oh, not Tanya Harding.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Well, I'm just gonna say right off the bat, I'm gonna open this with a little. Oh gosh, I'm having a brain fart.
Mm-hmm.
Antidote. That's the word.
Okay.
Now, when I was in 8th grade, I had a friend, and she introduced me to the art of watching bad movies.
Before you continue, I think you meant anecdote.
That's the one I meant.
You said antidote.
It's an antidote too. I'm about to relieve all your pains and poisons, baby. It's been a long day, Dan. I already told you.
It's true.
Drove all the way to work just to be told to go home. Still have to work all day. Can't even fake a power outage. Anyway. So now, when I was in 8th grade, my friend and I watched, she introduced me to Mystery Science Theater 3000. I loved it instantly. You know, there's such classics. But I watched this movie. Now, this one she owned on VHS. She didn't own it through Mystery Science Theater. And I watched it, and I thought I loved making fun of it. But it kind of scared me when I was in 8th grade. I was a big scaredy cat when I was in 8th grade, but I don't know. I like it. It holds nostalgia for me for that reason. So, just wanted to throw that out there since we were talking about Mystery Science Theater.
So the movie, it didn't scare me.
Well, I hope not. You're a full-grown man, Dan.
The only thing that did scare me, honestly, and this is bad because the actor has a medical condition.
I know, yep.
But the first appearance of the Angel of Death, played by Robert Zedar, was a little frightening. He had a condition called cherubism, which gives people an enlarged jawline, and it was very much. It looks like he has prosthetics on his face.
That's fascinating.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not trying to turn this into like a medical podcast, but that is fascinating.
Yeah.
May he rest in peace. Again, I am not trying to I'm dead ass not trying to make fun of him.
No, I'm not either.
That's really interesting because I definitely thought that he had work done.
Yeah, because it looks like it could be bad Botox.
Yeah, what's it called again? Cherubism.
Cherubism,
like the angel.
Yeah, like cherubic cherubism. But he had acted in a bunch of stuff. Tango and Cash is one that I've heard of. That's a Kurt Russell and Sylvester Stallone movie. He was in The Night Stalker. He was in Beastmaster 2, Through the Portal of Time.
No.
And A Gnome Named Norm. Starring Anthony Michael Hall and Jerry Orbach. It's about a police detective who teams up with a gnome to solve a murder. What in the world is this?
I wish I could tell you, Dan. I truly do. I don't know. I don't know.
So Soultaker. Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I'll stop Googling pictures of cherubism now.
Okay. Yeah, I had never heard of this until you texted it to me. I watched it for the first time.
Yes.
And
it haunted me.
I didn't do any research before I started watching the movie. Didn't look it up. Didn't look up any actors, anything about it. First thing I thought was, who's this Emilio Estevez looking motherfucker walking down the hallway?
Well, I mean, you were on the right you were in the right family, Dan.
Yes, I was. So the movie starts out, and we see the Soultaker, the titular Soultaker, Joe Estevez.
Mr. Soultaker.
That's Mr. Taker to you.
Mr. Taker was my father. Please call me Soul.
Do you think he's related to The Undertaker in WWE?
I think it's a common last name.
Okay,
you know?
It's like a Smith or Jones sort of thing.
I think it really is. Yeah,
that's slightly disappointing.
Sorry, Dan.
So he's walking down the hallway, being all moody and stuff. Walks into who I assumed was Wilford Brimley's hotel room.
Hold on 1 second before we get into this. Dan,
yes?
We got to comment on the absolute fantastic editing that is taking place.
Yes. Every step that the Soultaker takes, he flashes and disappears out of view.
Oh my god, who thought this was a good idea? Who thought that looked good? You literally can convey the same idea by just having him walk down the hallway unnoticed.
Yeah, have nobody reference him, say anything, like,
yeah,
somebody
walks back out of the room afterwards and people run past him as though he wasn't even there. Like,
Yeah.
there's so many easier ways to convey the fact that he's invisible.
So the Soultaker, he goes into Wilford Brimley's hospital room.
Yes.
And he takes his soul.
I mean, it's freaky.
It is. He has weird Ghostbusters power to take away souls because it comes out as a green slime onto a glow ring.
Yeah, he has to, like, cup the ring in his hand a certain way. He can't just, like, hold it out all willy-nilly, like, hold it over the person. He's got to cup it in his hand, like, I don't even know. I wish I could explain
It's
what
like he
I'm
has to,
doing
like
with
you're
my
like you're
hand.
palming a card or something. He has to
Thank
cup
you, yes.
the ring, the Nuva ring, in his
Not the
in his
Nuva
palm.
ring. I just popped our audio. I'm sorry. I just was so not prepared. He cups the menstrual disc,
Yes.
and he places it down.
I think that prop is just a glow stick.
I mean, it looks like it's like a bangle or something, like a plastic
Yeah.
bracelet. And then as soon as he takes it back, it is a glow stick.
Yeah.
like cut, hold. Here's the glow stick, and we're going again. He has the glow stick. Things are looking great. Definitely believable. All souls are green.
So after he takes his soul and walks away, we then cut to Dober from Coach driving down the road. Timely references here for a show that ended 25 years ago.
Dan.
Okay, it is the oldest looking 23-year-old in the world
Thank
driving
you.
a car.
This gentleman is going bald, and he should have just shaved the mullet off.
His
I mean, that's
hairline has receded halfway down the back of his head.
His hairline didn't want to be in this movie. His hairline did not make the cut, and it was not cast.
No, it was not. So this is, I don't remember his name. Let's call him Patrick
Brad.
Starr's voice actor.
His name is Brad.
Okay. That's
And the actor who plays Patrick Starr is
Bill
not it.
Fagerbach or whatever his
I can't
name
remember
is.
what his name is. No, I don't think that's it.
No, it's something like that. It's Bill Fagerbach.
Oh, I'm thinking of, my bad. I was thinking of the guy who voices Mr. Krabs, and that's Clancy Brown.
That's Clancy Brown.
My bad. Sorry, everyone.
He's driving down the road, perving on 80s women with big hair.
Disgusting. Oh, God, he's so gross.
Yeah.
Pervy doesn't even feel like a strong enough word, because he's not just pervy. He's just a trashy dude.
Yeah, he's actively bad.
Yeah. He walked into this movie and said, bad guy.
That's it. Just bad guy.
That's all he said. He just said bad guy. He said, maybe I have some problems, nothing a little hooking up won't solve.
Ew.
And he pulls a girl close.
Well, we are then introduced to our heroine of the story.
Ew.
How else? What? Heroine?
Our heroine? Yes.
Okay, we're introduced to okay, no. Brad is the heroine of the story because he's a drug
He's the
dealer.
hero. Okay. Brad is not the heroine. I won't allow it. He's trash.
Our hero of the story, played by the writer Natalie.
She's beautiful.
Yes.
I'm just gonna say it. She's so gorgeous. Gage and I looked at a picture of her today. Hot take. She's still beautiful.
I'm gonna look her up right now because I don't know.
Her
what she looks
hair
like.
is gorge. Just beautiful.
Yes. Wow. She kind of looks like what's her name? The Australian woman.
Well, that really narrows it down, Dan. Nicole Kidman.
Yes. Nicole Kidman.
That's the only Australian woman I know at this moment.
Exactly. So she's the daughter of the mayor.
Yes.
She lives in a plantation home.
I mean, it's a beautiful home.
It is.
But we should really think of a way to rename those.
This movie was shot in Alabama.
Was it really?
Yeah.
I don't know where I thought it was shot, but...
And she is longing for her love from the other side of the tracks. One of
her
the
bad boy boyfriend.
Bad boy boyfriend. One of the greasers from Greece, apparently.
A walking mullet.
Yeah. Emilio Estevez in Saved by the Bell.
Oh, God.
Hey-
I tried to convince Gage that he should buy a cut-off jean jacket while we were at the state fair.
Uh-huh.
It did not go well. I don't know why. This just made me think of it. So.
His name is Greg.
Greg.
No, his name is
yes.
Zach. Sorry, the actor's name is Greg with 2 G's.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, so they have a forbidden love. Father doesn't like it. Whatever.
Gasp.
All of them are going to Summerfest, which is a fair held in a parking lot in rural Alabama, apparently.
I mean, it's also the largest summer music festival in the country, if I remember. Well, maybe not because of. Well, no, I think Summerfest has the most acts still.
Yeah. Well, obviously not this Alabama Summerfest. It's the Summerfest.
Yes.
He does say the Summerfest. And they're going there. They're going to have fun. They're going to party. And it's there where Natalie, her friend, leaves her to go make out with some dude.
Classic.
They do. So she.
I'm full sorry to every single person in the world that I have done this to. I'm sorry for my ways. When I was that age, I also would have left to go make out. Okay. Just wanted to apologize for being a hoe.
I would have instead joined the local bocce tournament because I got too sick on the Gravitron.
Oh,
that's
my
not
God.
a joke. That happened. I got second place in the bocce tournament.
Dan, we're sketchy. Never forget.
We're
the
not
New
the
Year's
same.
No, we aren't. We're cut from 2 different cloths, but they're from the same store, you know?
Yeah, both Joanne Fabrics.
Yeah, we're Joanne Fabrics bitches.
There used to be a store in my hometown called 3 Bags Full.
Like the wool from sheep?
Yeah, that's where the name of it came from.
Okay.
It's not there anymore.
Oh, rip.
That's the story.
Friendly reminder to go support small local business.
Yes.
Like 3 Bags Full.
Well,
rip,
that
rip,
got
rip.
torn down 10 years ago. They built a Walgreens there.
I'm just saying, rip in peace, because that name is cute.
It's very cute. Because her friend leaves, she has to go get a ride with Zach and his friends. You know, Brad, Anna.
I would never. You could not pay me money to ride in the car with Brad. He's out here doing shots.
Snorting
Later on,
coke.
he's got an open bottle. He's snorting coke. He's drinking Jack. I'm not. That's not the kind of Jack and Coke I'm trying to mess around with.
So yeah, she has to get a ride home with them. 5 of them in the car, just going for a ride. And you know who sucks as a driver because he is cross-faded and insane?
And also, I think that low-key, I think he's got jealousy issues. I don't know if it's because he is mad that his friend... Sorry, it's Brad. Spoiler alert. Anyway. I was getting vibes I don't know if it's he's jealous that his friend has somebody else to pay attention to, or if he thinks that Zach's time is getting sucked up by what's her name, Vivian's character? I don't remember.
Natalie.
Natalie, that's the one. Thank you. But I think a lot of it is fueled by his need to see a therapist.
Oh my lord! So much of his life would be improved by a therapist and a haircut.
But oh my god, don't even get me. I'm not coming after his hair anymore, but it's true. I feel like, in the 80s mental health was not quite as prominent as it needed to be.
Mm-hmm.
But he could have benefited from a trip to therapy.
So the actor who plays Brad, he is one of the 4 actors in the film to have a Wikipedia page.
Oh, God bless him.
Along with Joe Estevez, Vivian Schilling, and Robert Zedar. He is credited as... Well, his name is David Frolic. He is credited as David Shark. That was his stage name at the time.
Oh, God bless him. I'm going to just keep saying that because this man needs all the blessings he can get.
This was his first listed role.
Oh, no, baby. What is you doing?
But
no.
he was on The Young and the Restless for 7 years.
Okay, that's a good gig.
Yeah,
that's a good
paying gig. He was in the Nicolas Cage film Gone in 60 Seconds.
Okay.
He seems like the most accomplished actor of everyone.
You know what? Okay, I take back what I said. Okay, King, adjust your crown. You earned everything that you had coming to you after working on this movie.
Yeah, he's a stuntman also. He did stunts in Jet Li's The One.
Okay.
There was a Netflix movie that came out in 2017 called Gerald's Game. With
isn't that
Carla Gugino and Bruce Greenwood. Not Molly's Game.
No. Hang on.
He did stunts in that. He's still a working actor. He was in. I'm scrolling through his IMDb
there
right
it is.
now.
Gerald's Game is based off of a Stephen King novel.
Okay,
I knew it. I just couldn't remember.
He was in.
I've never read it.
A couple episodes of Days of Our Lives. He's been a steady working actor a long time. Good for him.
Okay, good for him.
Yeah.
He made it work.
And I think his father was a swimmer or something.
Oh.
Because he was a swimmer first.
I mean, what a fascinating life.
I'm on his website now.
Mm-hmm.
He has a... Oh, darn, I was so excited because there is a part that says acting workshops, and I was like, I can get acting classes.
Dan.
From David Sharp.
You could have taken... Yes.
The page is not filled out. It just says Lorem Ipsum.
Oh. You know, maybe he isn't filling it out right now because of COVID. You know, maybe he was going to, and then COVID struck up. So he was like, ugh, can't do it right now.
He also he rents out movie vehicles.
Oh! Okay, so he's getting the bread however he needs to get it.
Yeah, he is a strong actor. I'm proud of him, honestly.
He's getting it. Good for him.
Yeah. So anyway, he's driving a movie vehicle. Some would say too fast.
Too furious.
Ew!
Oh.
And
was that not where we were supposed to go?
I don't know where I was going with that.
The way you said that sounded like you know, the way Ludacris says it. Anyway.
And suddenly, Joe Estevez appears in the road.
Joe, please, get out of the road!
Causing Brad to steer the car into the only large tree nearby, seemingly killing everybody in the car instantly. Also, there was a brief flash when the Soultaker was standing at the carnival or the Summerfest, and he saw Natalie, and she looks exactly like a woman in some sepia-toned pictures that flash on screen.
One we could only assume was his lover.
Yes, in his previous life before becoming El Taker de Solo. I took French. I apologize to anybody who speaks Spanish for my frequent botching of the Spanish language.
I speak Spanish. I'm just gonna allow it to happen.
Thank you.
You're welcome. It's too tiring, Dan. I can barely speak English sometimes, and that's my first language. So
they the crash happens, and then Candace, who was the girl, the other girl in the car, I was waiting for the joke. He didn't do it. Her name's Candace.
I don't know if I'm on the
Candace
same
dick
page
fit in
right
your
now.
mouth.
What?
There's a joke.
What? I just blew out my speaker again.
There is a joke that I have seen on TikTok.
Oh God, it's a youth joke.
It's people send out texts to people saying, "Do you know Candace?" And they respond with, "Who's Candace?" And then the original sender goes, "Candace dick fit in your mouth."
I'm not gonna lie, you said Candace, and I immediately was thinking, what Phineas and Ferb joke am I missing?
You don't remember that episode of Phineas and Ferb where... Not gonna finish that.
Yeah, that's what I thought you were gonna say. If it doesn't involve Love Handle, I don't want it.
Dude, we're getting the band back together.
Oh, hell yeah. I think that's gonna be the first dance song at my wedding.
Wow.
Gage has no say.
So anyway, can this death fit in your movie? Yes, it can. Candace dies.
Rip.
And the rest of them, they seem to be fine. They're all walking around, standing.
But they're ejected from the car.
Yes. Because what happened is their souls were ejected from their bodies, and their bodies are now lying comatose on the ground.
Iconic.
Yeah. So the Soultaker, he takes Candace's soul, and then the Angel of Death tells him he needs to get all the other souls.
This is not... I don't think that happens until after he tries to take Brad's soul, and he, like, puts his little paw over Brad's soul, and nothing's happening. He's, like, shaking the actor, and you can see the actor still breathing, and it's classic and iconic.
Yeah, so he tries to take Brad's soul. Doesn't work too well. But he ends up killing Brad. Because he kind of, I don't know, he chokes him and takes his soul.
Yeah.
And then the gang, which has been cut down to 3 from 5 very quickly.
Gotta cut him out, you know?
Now it's just Natalie, Zach, and Tommy.
Tommy is questionable. He was walking up to random girls and kissing them at Summerfest. I was like, this boy fears no SA accusation or mono.
It was the 80s. It was a different time.
Not that different. I'm still afraid of mono.
It was a different time.
I don't want somebody walking up to me and kissing me for a lot of reasons.
It was a different time.
Ask first, friends.
So the gang, they run into a convenience store, try to talk to the cashier. Cashier doesn't see him there.
He's counting his coins, his papers.
But they do see an expositional newscast going on. That for some reason there's a news report, big breaking news report, because the daughter of the mayor has been in a car crash and is comatose.
So, okay, I know she's the daughter of the mayor, but, like, that just feels so private. Like, I don't know. She's not the mayor.
No.
If the mayor was in a coma, maybe, but the daughter, I don't know. Again, I'm never running for office. I'm never becoming a celebrity because I just don't want to deal with it.
I only want to appear on the news if I am the daughter of the mayor. So I am
Correct.
free. The only news...
Good job, Dan.
I've been on E! News, though.
I've been on the news, but I think it was for, like, promoting a show. My friend was on the news once because she was talking about her leaky shower.
Ooh. That sounds like a euphemism.
Nope, it wasn't.
So they still try to get the cashier to notice them, because after they try to call 911, of course the operator can't hear them, but the Soultaker has appeared, and he tries to take Natalie's soul. He runs up, tries to catch her, tries to get her, but he can't because she looks so much like his past lover.
She's just so beautiful. He can't let her go. He's like, I can't kill you. You're too gorge.
Yeah, he grabs her, and then just in the background slightly you hear, I can dream about you.
Oh my god.
I can't hold you tonight. You know, it's from a movie called Streets of Fire.
Oh. I didn't know that.
The more you know.
Thank you. The more you know.
Yeah. So, Zach rescues Natalie from the Soultaker. They run away. Tommy's alone.
I mean, what is he? He's just extra weight,
true.
you know? We gotta cut him out. Rip Tommy. Rip Tommy's mullet.
That's what they do. Soultaker takes Tommy's soul after the Angel of Death is like, you were supposed to get them, too. They have this weird vocoder effect going on over the Angel of Death's voice, where you can still clearly hear his regular voice, which isn't scary or imposing or anything.
No.
It's a normal person voice. And then it has, like, the high pass and the low pass going at the same time. But it doesn't really... It just makes it sound like they're talking through a broken microphone.
I'm gonna confess to you, Dan, I think part of the reason why this movie scared me when I was little is because even now as an adult, when I'm watching a movie and there's like a character that's like possessed or is becoming evil, and their voices get split like that, it scares the crap out of me.
Really?
Yes. Now, watching this movie as an adult, obviously it didn't scare me, but it made me think of all the times recently when Gage made me watch all the Conjuring movies that happened, and I just about pooped my pants because that, and also I know I've mentioned this before, and I know that this is a heated subject because there was drama, but the voice in Us that Lupita does.
I haven't seen
really
Us, so I'm not
out.
sure.
Well, there was drama because people accused her of being like, you made it sound like people who have an actual disability, and I think she did kind of like. I'm not trying to point fingers at any actors, me, small town Wisconsin girl who has no money, but if I remember correctly, she did say that she was drawing on the sound from people who actually do have like those things in their throat, the holes. I can't remember what they're called. But it's very spooky. You would not like that movie,
No.
Dan, just because of the movements that are made. They're very jerky, herky-jerky. Anyway, back to this movie. That's not scary at all.
Yeah, so Zach and Natalie, they go back to their plantation home. Where
we're getting to my least favorite part.
I think that's everybody's least favorite part that we're getting to. Natalie's mom is there, and she's like, "Oh, come in, sit down. What do you mean? What do you mean you're being chased by a Soultaker?"
She's gaslighter. She's gaslighting.
You know what? She is being the epitome of gaslight, gatekeep, girl boss. Because gaslighting.
She really is.
There's no Soultaker, you idiot. Gatekeep. You go. Well, actually, girl boss. Go take a bath. Go take a bath.
I wish somebody would run me a bath sometime.
I don't know what she's gatekeeping, but something.
She's gatekeeping ghosts.
And at this point, you may be wondering, wait a second. Why can her mom see them when
we're all
seemingly
gasping
before nobody else could? At first I thought, well, this might be a really poorly written movie, and that's why she could see him. They just forgot about that part. But that's not it.
Dan, tell him what happened. Tell him what Zach sees on the TV.
On the TV, Zach sees an interview with the mayor and the mayor's wife. They are
not the mayor's wife.
Both at the hospital, which can only mean one thing. The woman upstairs is the big bad wolf.
I'm clutching my pearls. I'm gasping. I've taken to the bed. I'm shook. I'm screeching. Yes. And I don't mean like screeching. I mean like screeching.
Yes, that woman upstairs, she is not Anna McMillan, the wife of the mayor. No. She is Joe Estevez, the taker of the soul.
Correct. She is Emilio Estevez. Mighty Ducks coach.
So, Natalie is about to get in the bath. She is almost nude. She is in her underwear.
Okay, we were laughing though at like how long and how many layers of shapewear this actress has on. Like every cut, she is like taking off like one thing, and then she still has on like her shapewear, and then she still has on like underwear up to her titties, and like we were dying.
Yeah, she's wearing 8 pairs of lycra jumpsuits underneath her clothes.
She really is. She's wearing a skin. She's a never nude.
The Soultaker, he tries to convince Natalie that he will give her eternal life if she stays by his side forever.
Gross, honestly.
Ever.
Any man that tries to tell me I can live forever but I have to stay by his side is toxic, except for Jesus. Thank you.
Way to turn that.
I had to
Didn't
clarify.
know where that was going.
I'm not going to hell.
When you said except for, I was like, who is she going to say? JTT?
The Lord himself.
Jesus
Christ. My mans.
So Zach tries to intervene with the Soultaker, tries to fight him off, but he gets overpowered. He's caught in a headlock.
These ghosts fighting really just have me messed up. I don't know why. Like, the rules of whether or not they're allowed to touch each other just really confuse me.
I mean, seemingly, in this movie, ghosts are normal, except that other people can't see them. Like, they don't phase through walls or anything. They still have to use doors.
They don't float. They have to walk up the stairs.
Yeah. They make really loud noises with their feet on linoleum floors.
Yeah, they're still creaking the floors.
Um,
Floorboards are still... I mean, I guess if you go to a haunted house, they'll be like, ooh, the walls will ooze green slime. You'll hear creaks in the floor. But, like, from who? You know, the ghost... Was the ghost getting thick? Like...
So, Natalie, in trying to save Zach, she takes her father's shotgun.
Classic.
Goes to shoot the Soultaker. Pulls the trigger, nothing happens. Then this is my favorite part of the movie. This line where he goes, "Have you tried the other trigger?"
I had to ask Gage if he was being a smartass because I don't understand how guns work.
I didn't know that either. I thought there was one trigger on a gun. What in the world?
Me too. And he's like, no, it's two triggers because each trigger works for each barrel. And I was like, oh my god, that would have gone right over my head. What a highbrow joke.
Yeah, that's an Ivy League joke.
What an Ivy League. That really has, like, ha ha ha. Like, that's the kind of laugh that joke evokes.
So she pulls the other trigger, and the shot goes through the Soultaker. No problem. Indeed.
Why did she think a gun would kill a ghost?
She brought a gun to a ghost fight.
She really did.
So instead of shooting him with bullets, she instead shoots him with her words, and she says that she wants to stay with Zach instead of with him. And
pop.
Enraged, the Soultaker throws Zach out the window.
And somehow the glass of the window breaks, and Zach doesn't float gracefully to the ground like I would expect a ghost to.
He drops like a sack of potatoes.
He does. And I'm like, wouldn't a ghost land on his feet like a cat? He'd be like, oh, let me just gracefully, like a little feather, float to the ground and land.
Falling out the window.
Yes.
It makes, if he's creaking the floorboards, if he's a thick ghost, he's gonna fall like a thick ghost.
Yeah, I guess he could be double cheeked, you know.
We were at a thrift store today, and Anna found a pair of swim trunks that were really cool.
Cool.
That were a waist size 34, which I can wear shorts wise if I'm wearing a belt because they'll fall off otherwise.
Yeah.
And I was like, I can't. Those are too big. I can't wear them. And she was like, ugh. And I was like, I'm sorry that it's flat. That I'm just flat back there.
Mood.
Top of my head, heels. There is no change. You could lay a floor by how flat my backside is.
Dan, this is another time where you and I actually are cut from the same cloth because I was just complaining to Gage about how I'm mad that wide-legged pants are coming back in because it makes me look like a baby with a full diaper.
Oh my gosh.
No butt squad. No butt squad.
Take a seat, but not for too long.
Because my bones will start to hurt.
So they then learn that they have to get to their bodies before midnight for some reason, something that was not explained in the first two-thirds of the movie.
Yes, they did. It's because the parents said they were gonna.
Oh, they were gonna
pull the plug
at midnight. My apologies.
Dan lost interest during this point.
About 2/3 in, I started putting my groceries away. Once they got to the hospital, and then it kept going.
Yeah. The part where they're trying to get to their bodies goes on for an unnecessarily long amount of time, if I'm being honest.
Yeah. I was like, oh, cool. There's 30 minutes left. I'm sure it'll be fine. There's 30 minutes of plot left. Mm-hmm. It's not like there's a bunch of credits. The credits are a minute.
No. Yes.
And so they go to the hospital. Natalie gets captured by the Soultaker on what was formerly known as the Stairway to Heaven. Now it's the Elevator to Heaven. Direct quote,
I'm pretty sure
Led Zeppelin was wrong.
Yup, I was just gonna say, there is no stairway to heaven.
It's an elevator. Because we also see that Brad, he's come back from the dead as the dead.
I mean,
he's another Soultaker, baby.
They probably took one look at him and went, ugh, he probably would love to take people's souls.
Right.
But he actually turns out to be, at the end, a little bit redeemable.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Because they keep him in the dark. They don't tell him everything what's going on. He doesn't really know all the rules. But he does end up helping them. After some convincing from Zach.
Honestly, thank God, because he's the reason why they're in this mess. The least he could do is help them get back into their bodies. Bare minimum.
Yeah, so the Soultaker, meanwhile, is convincing Natalie that, there's nothing left for you in this world, in the living world. Zach's dead. You should come up with me. Gaslight.
Is that the only thing? Because, there's definitely, dogs that need to be pet, tacos that need to be eaten.
I was like, ham still exists.
I know.
Pancakes are real.
Wow, Dan. We're curing depression just by listing these things, Dan.
Yeah, why doesn't my therapist just tell me to go eat some ham?
Oh my God, mood. My therapist is like, go knit. And I'm like, Bill, my apartment has no air conditioning. It's too hot to be knitting right now. And he's like, that sucks.
So they learn, Brad tells Zach that, so if you kill someone, even if it's an accident, you have to pay the piper, you have to pay the toll with the Grim Reaper and help collect some souls.
What if I pay him with a kiss instead?
I'm sorry, are you Tommy? Just going around kissing people?
Maybe. I'm asking for his consent first, you know?
Are the Soultakers asking for consent? I don't think you're allowed to do so.
I'm like, hey, Ghost. What's good? You want a little kiss?
It was a different time. Different time. So Brad helps Zach go into the afterlife and rescue Natalie from the Soultaker, while also getting 2 soul rings, which are what they're called.
2 glow rings.
To help him and Natalie return to their bodies. They find Natalie's body, put the ring on her. She's still in a coma. What's happening? Her pendant is a barrier between her soul and her body.
God for frickin' bid. Move it to the side.
Unclip it. Take it off.
Literally, take the necklace off for 2 frickin' seconds. At this point, I'm just getting grumpy.
So Zach tries to takes the soul out of her body to try and start the process again. Soultaker reappears. Chase scene. Bibbidi bobbidi boo. Zach jumps off the roof.
Classic Zach.
And then the is now past midnight. In fact, it has been past midnight for a while at this point. It's like 12:06.
Yeah, I'm surprised because they definitely said they were going to pull the plug at midnight, and apparently nobody is following through on that. And I mean, I guess, if you're a parent, you want to hold out all hope. So I guess it's one of those things where it's like, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. I'm comparing this to, me when I put off getting my flu vaccine till the last second because I know I need to do it, but I'm just scared. Not the same at all. Nobody dies when I almost just made a very pro-vaccine statement. I guess I could do that.
Vaccines are good.
They are good. I was feeling really triggered by some people this week that were anti-vaxxing all over my Facebook, and I was like, whoa! I said, I did not sign up for this. Anyway, nobody dies when I get my vaccine. You only die if you don't get the vaccine.
Yeah. So the Angel of Death comes to the Soultaker, and he's like, yep, it's past midnight. You failed. Time to go in this ring. Bye-bye.
Everybody frickin' failed.
Yeah.
The whole squad messed up.
So then the Soultaker gets imprisoned in one of those soul rings. Gets caught in there. He didn't pay the piper. Didn't pay the debt.
He didn't reap the souls.
Yeah. Zach ends up back in his body. Goes to save Natalie. Seems like it doesn't work at first. And then it's a Christmas miracle. She wakes up.
Literally. How... It doesn't matter. Just carry on. It's not even worth the breath.
There is one scene left. Earlier in the movie, Zach was working on a car that was covered by a bunch of cloths and stuff. And when he leaves with Brad,
Yes.
he leaves the hood open, which you shouldn't do.
Correct.
And then we see the car that he's working on. It is a gorgeous, beautiful 50s hot rod.
Well, wasn't his whole thing that he wanted to like open his own mechanic like and detailing business?
Something
and stuff
like that, yeah.
Some car. I truly don't know anything about cars, so I'm grasping at straws here. He wanted to do some car stuff.
He wanted to fuck a car.
Did he? Right in the tailpipe? Sorry, I'm so sorry.
They drive off into the sunset and then into a tree. The end. That's Soultaker.
The end. They all die again.
This is a silly movie. This movie's silly.
Yes.
Like, I'm not going to criticize the writing.
No.
I think it's not poorly written. I think it needs another draft. Some of the ideas need fleshing out. Some stuff needs to be tightened up.
It gives me big, I wrote this for my college screenwriting class energy.
Yes. Very much.
And Pam gave me a C and put, I'm guessing you thought this was going to be easy.
Oh my
after telling me that she wouldn't help me because it wouldn't be fair to the students that didn't ask for help. The end.
No.
Well, she loved you, Dan.
Yes. I mean, it does give off that
Sorry.
vibe. Yeah, wait.
Not the trauma.
Random drama you brought up.
My bad.
It was, I don't think the writing is bad. Like, she's a good writer.
Yeah, I think the movie itself, like, is interesting to watch.
Yeah.
It's just so low budget.
Yes.
That's just it. I mean, like you said with like Night of the Living Dead, just because it's low budget doesn't mean that it's going to be a bad movie.
Mm-hmm.
However, in this case, they spent the money on the wrong things, I think. I'm not sure what they spent the money on, but it was the wrong things.
Yeah.
Or they should have brought more ideas to the idea table, like I said, with, not having to film an empty hallway, just filming somebody walking down a hallway with nobody else acknowledging him. That'll give you the idea that he's invisible. The end.
Yeah, there is a big issue with the directing. This is a first-time director, and it very much shows. He has all these ideas that he's trying to throw in there, but nothing's cohesive, and he doesn't direct the actors very well.
No. I feel like well, is it true? I think Gage told me this movie was shot in 5 weeks.
Yeah.
Which leads me to believe that every single time they did a shot, they did bare minimum, like he was in a rush.
Yeah.
Bare minimum.
And like
trying to get this done.
Good movies can be shot in a shorter amount of time. I think Whiplash was shot in 19 days or something.
I love Whiplash. The music. Mwah! Chef's kiss.
But I am now the first person to ever compare Soultaker to Whiplash. And I will say that Soultaker is not on the same level as one of my 10 favorite movies of all time.
That's fair.
Right.
I'll say it. There was a surprising lack of J.K. Simmons in Soultaker.
I could have gone for the Angel of Death when he's reprimanding the Soultaker at the end to just go into a full J.K. Simmons rant.
It would have been stressful.
I will fuck you like a pig! As
please, no, Soultaker, no. Or not Soultaker. Angel of Death, no, please.
But I think that, like, Natalie, Vivian Schilling, she was good. I think she was actually good in this.
She was good. I think a lot, like, some of the actors really killed it. No pun intended. But I think, again, there's just something about this movie. I don't know if it's like because it was made during it. I think maybe if it was made today, it would have a possibility to be better because of the effects. Maybe if they just had, more money behind it or something.
Yeah.
Cleaned up some. I don't think you need the care. I don't know. I don't know where to begin, Dan. I really truly don't. There's just something about this movie that makes it bad, and I can't really put my finger on it.
I'm trying. There's a vibe, an air about it that's just like not good.
Yeah, see, like it's not just like there are things about it that are really enjoyable, and there are things about it that just I just can't specify what I really like or what I really don't.
Yeah, because like the first 2/3 of the movie, yeah, it's cheesy, yeah, it's silly, but you know you're riding along with it. But like the third act, it grinds to a halt. Everything in the hospital takes way too long. Like I feel like the director was like, "Oh, this is building up great climax. Everything, all the tension's gonna be up through the hospital."
No, I'm tired.
No, yeah. After basically she goes into heaven or the afterlife or whatever, that I'm like, okay, I'm done. Cut it off here. I don't care.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. But some trivia about the movie.
Yes,
so,
let's go. Hit me.
The characters in the movie are all supposed to be like 18 to 21.
Yeah, because they're like college students and high schoolers, aren't they?
Yeah, Brad was 27 when they started filming.
Okay.
Everybody was in their mid-20s.
I mean, classic. Everybody's got their undies in a bunch with Ben Platt being in the Dear Evan Hansen movie, and I'm like, y'all really don't know how casting works. Like, I would play a teenager, and I'm 25.
Yeah. I don't think I would have played a teenager when I was a teenager.
No, Dan, you give off big dad vibes.
Yeah, I do.
You'd be a dad or like the teacher.
So
the hip
movie,
young teacher.
The TV reporter, the news reporter, is John Ed Thompson, who's a local news person in Mobile, Alabama, where they filmed the movie.
Oh, so he got a little cameo?
Yeah.
How fun.
Vivian Schilling got the story idea after she survived a near-fatal car accident.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
That's one way to handle your trauma, girl.
They lost half the day of shooting during the car crash scene because they couldn't get the car started.
Oh my god.
And apparently the investors and crew wanted a scene in the movie where she appeared naked. I assume the bath scene.
Ew, for what? There's no point.
It was a different time and they were still pervs.
Disgust.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
They said it would increase sales for the movie. That sounds like a good person telling you to do that. She fought against it and they didn't
high
shoot
key,
it.
no thanks.
Thankfully, it was not shot and not added. Instead, it was just her in her 9 layers of underwear.
I think the 9 layers of underwear was the correct way to go because I don't care if you're just an adult playing a teenager. Something about watching characters who are supposed to be teens, as an adult, I should say, because when I was a kid, I feel like I didn't have an issue with this. But as an adult, watching a TV show where a character who's portraying a teen is doing something inappropriate or is being viewed in an inappropriate light makes me feel very icked out.
Yes, me too. I don't watch Euphoria. I walked in while Anna was watching it, and I was like, I am so uncomfortable about this whole show.
Yeah, and I know, like, I'm not trying to shame anybody or anything as far as, like, teens go, but the sexualization of teens is too much, as is, even if they're being played by adults, and it's just not good.
I think we need to sexualize the elderly.
Whoa, no.
Let's upshift.
Let's
shift to fifth gear.
Let's not sexualize. Let's just not sexual. You know, Dan, you know what's one of my favorite things to discuss?
I don't.
The female gaze.
Okay.
You know,
like
that
the male
thing where
gaze
it's
versus
like
female gaze? Yeah.
Yes. Because I do, you know, love the idea of everybody just, like, you know, wearing a sweater and baking something and asking how my day was. Let's just do that. Let's just, you know, anyway.
You can't...
It's late.
Listeners, you can't see this, but Anna has taken a strand of her hair and, like, just pressed it down across her forehead. So
That's my coma
yeah,
word.
when you tilted your head back, I was like, oh my gosh, you work at the YMCA.
My name is Ralph.
It's a beautiful comb over she's got going right now.
Thank you. It's my baby hairs. I just, I was just thinking, so I was playing with them, and here I am.
Would this movie be better, worse, or the same with Jonathan Taylor Thomas as any of the men?
I think he might be too cynical for this film.
Yeah, this is a very sincere movie.
Yes, it truly is. It does its best.
Even Brad, there is no stairway to heaven. Led Zeppelin was wrong. Still sincere.
God, I want that on a T-shirt. I want it on a T-shirt so bad.
I need to get the exact quote because I'm not doing it justice. Led Zeppelin was wrong, man. There is no stairway to heaven.
Wow. You hear me snapping?
It's that. That's the money line, and then you can't kill a man that's already dead.
Oh, I think Did You Try the Other Trigger is pretty good too.
Would it be better, worse, than the same with Jimmy Stewart as the Angel of Death? Yes, it'd be better.
I think it would be more watchable.
Yeah, I do too. My throat's dry, so I can't do my $1 million Jimmy Stewart impression, but just know it'd be better.
I'm hearing a "oh" in my head.
You gotta get all their souls, see? Well, your soul is in Candace's body, and Candace's soul's in Jimmy's body, and Jimmy's soul is in Martini's bar.
No. I'm triggered.
And, okay, so on a scale of 1 to 5 Nuva rings, what do you give this film?
5. I give it a 1. I mean, like I said, I like it because it does have some nostalgia for me. It reminds me of when I was little and watching bad movies with my friends at sleepovers and, pretending I wasn't scared, but actually being a little scared and, just stupid kid stuff. Mm-hmm. But it's just so cheesy.
Yeah.
That's it. It's just so cheesy.
It's silly. It's cheesy. I agree with you. But I'm going to give it a 2.
A 2? That's kind.
I enjoyed myself watching it.
Oh, you did?
I did.
That makes me so happy. Oh, good. It's better than Troll 2.
It is miles better than Troll 2. My lord.
Yes.
I was like, because the only thing I saw when you texted it to me, I saw the name and I saw the thumbnail, and I was like, well, this looks horrible. It met and exceeded my expectations.
Good. I literally, Dan, I have thought about that movie on and off since I was little and never watched it since I was in 8th grade. And then you were like, we need another bad movie, and I'll think about it. And I was like, now's my time. And I couldn't remember. And I was like, taking the soul, bad movie, Soultaker.
Heartbreaker, Dreammaker, Love Taker, Soultaker.
Don't you mess around with me. My work computer's history, because I did this all on my lunch break.
Oh my gosh.
I think it was my lunch break. Doesn't matter. My work computer's history at that moment in time was a little questionable.
I believe it. Just Googling Soultaker.
Movie from 90s. Bad movie. Bad movie. Do not watch. Love Grandma.
So that is it for Soultaker. We're returning to our regularly scheduled programming next week.
Can't wait.
We'll be starting off talking about a trilogy of films. The first one is maybe the most rewatchable movie of all time. I don't know. Ooh, that's
bold of you to say, because I watched it one time and never rewatched it. So here we go.
Well, we are going to be joined by, I don't know, our friend Riley. On Twitter, he's Goodpost Riley. I don't know if he wants his full name or not. But he is a minor Twitter celebrity in the movie boy world. I don't know.
Okay,
describe it. Yeah. We'll be talking about the Oceans trilogy, starting with Oceans 11 next week. So get excited for that. Go get your Steven Soderbergh glasses on and watch
They've
Matt
been
Damon.
on.
That's
They've
weird.
been on.
If you
My
like,
Matt Damon glasses.
if you like In Conclusion, thank you. And you want to support us, you can do so on Patreon at patreon.com/inconclusion. And we have merchandise. You can get a mug and a sticker and soon a shirt with the In Conclusion logo on it at shop.wearecreativeland.com. You can also support us on social media by following us on Facebook and Twitter at And In Conclusion, on Instagram at In Conclusion Podcast. You can find me on
Don't
Twitter.
be scared when all of our profile pictures are pictures of James McAvoy.
I haven't changed it. They're
Me
staying
either.
steady. You can find me on Twitter at DanO'Keefe86. And you can find my blog on my website, dan-o'keefe.com. Anna, where can they find you?
You can find me on Instagram at AutomusPrime818, or you can find me on Twitter at AutobotsRollout, capital O for Auto, capital B for Bots, capital R for Roll, and the O in Roll and the O in Out are zeros. You can also find me on my couch when the power is out at work and I have to work from home, because that's where I spent my whole day today.
You heard it here first, folks. If you want to find Anna, just go to her house. She's on the couch.
I'll be here. I'm here most of the time.
Her
the back
address
door's apparently
is
always open.
1-3.
Nope. No. No. Please don't show up here. I have nothing for you.
All right, we will be back next week talking about Ocean's 11. In the meantime, everybody stay safe, have fun, and get vaccinated. Bye-bye.
Bye. Have you begun eating acai bowls from Erewhon yet?